Welcome once again to the shop. We've got not a project, but something I just wanted to talk about a little bit and to share with you all. And we will be doing there'll be a project in the future on one of these. But as you saw in the intro, I want to look at lanterns. Recently, I've been kind of collecting lanterns and looking into them, doing a little research on them. And the first one I bought was this one here, and I was excited about it. I brought it home and I was looking into it, but I think it's a fake. So I've been looking at how to trying to learn how to figure out which ones are fakes and which ones are not. I looked at this one and I was trying to, basically I like the way they look and I want to be able to have them around the house. Not only do they look cool, but when you lose power, if you lose power, they're an excellent source of light. So I looked at this one, and the globe even says Dietz on it, and it has New York, USA, and so it had all of this information, but I started looking a little closer, and I don't think it is authentic either. They say around the cap you're supposed to have a little some manufacturing detail. It should have an M or an S. M is for the main manufacturer, which is in New York, and then the S was for Syracuse. I can't find those on either of these. They said there all should be some manufacture dates. But this one here is very interesting to me. It's got the little glass on this side, but when you turn it around, it's got a little red lens on this side. And so I want to clean this one up. These here I'm not going to do too much with, but before this video's out, we are going to fix one and make it work and see if we can't get it to light. But this one here is one I think I want to clean up. Now, I don't know if I want to remove all of this paint. I think I'm going to leave it. I just want to clean up the lenses and get rid of any rust that I can find, clean up the inside. Now, I did do a little bit of cleanup on the back right here. You can see where it's a little bit worn. I took a pad and rubbed that off, and then took a little alcohol. And this one has a date. It says January 27, 07 to May 19th, 08. So I believe this one is over 100 years old. So eventually I want to take and clean it up. You can see, I don't know if you can see in there just how dirty that is, but all the parts are here. I've been looking at all of the different ways this comes apart. You can get the tank, take the tank right off and fix it up. So like I said, I think this one is authentic. I think the other two are reproductions, but they still really look nice. Now this reproduction right here, when I looked at it, this part down in here, the burner was all rusted up. So last night I put the burner into some evapor rust and cleaned it up. I also had ordered some wick, and I think I got 13 feet of wick for like $8. So that wick is going to last me for a very, very long time. But I thought we'd put a piece of wick in here, fill this lantern up, let that wick soak up some of the oil, and then we'll light it and see how it works. So let's come on down here on the bench and we'll install this burner into this lantern. Yeah, the original was a little bit longer. I think I'm going to cut another piece. We've got plenty of it here. Come on, cooperate with me. There we go. Okay. We'll put a little pin back in there. Maybe. There we go. Now let's take Now the trick is seeing if we have enough room. Put this in here. Okay, don't do it too bad. Oops. It's got these little wings. I don't know if you can see them right there. Get some light in there. There are these little wings that catch. So you have to turn those under there. There we go. So let me go get some oil. We'll put some oil in here. Let it soak for a little while. See if it won't light. Well guys, I have some bad news. Went through all that trouble cleaning up that burner and everything to come to find out there's a hole in the tank. Almost looks like a hole's been punched in the tank. It's right, I don't know if you can see it right there. So anyways, this lantern I think I'm going to put here in the shop for looks. I could always salvage parts off of it, like the globe, the cap. I don't know what else. The burner inside there is all nice and neat now that I've gotten it cleaned up, so that burner is good. Let's go over here. I know the other lantern has oil in it and is working well. Let's go check that out. These are fascinating to me just because of the way they're built. I think they're called hurricane lamps. And again, this isn't an authentic one, and I'm going to be keeping an eye out. I'd kind of like to start collecting some of the authentic, the original ones. So we'll see about that. But just the way they're built, it's fascinating. There is a chimney that goes into, that is this right here. That's the inner lining. All of this right here over the globe goes up through and comes out up here. This is a shroud where air can go in and come down through these tubes to feed the flame. And I didn't point it out before, but that burner actually sits, there's a tank inside this tank, especially right here on top. There's air in there, and air can circulate through there. So when you put the oil in, it stays here in the bottom and the wick goes down through, but then there's air in here, and then there's air that's passing up and through here, down through these open tubes and feeding that flame. The original ones, from what I understand, didn't have these little holes right in there, down here in the bottom. But from what I understand now, they do have those holes because that helps keep the glass a little bit cooler and not so hot. But I just love the way they work. You're supposed to keep them lit in a hurricane. So I can blow on that really hard, and it hardly reacts. But they're just neat, the way they work and everything. So this one here, I do have working. The other one got parts, at least in that one. It's just great to go back and get some of these things, even though this one's not authentic, neither of these are, but just to see the technology that they used to use, how simple and basic it was, and yet so efficient. This one here, I do want to clean up, as I said. I don't see any holes in this base or in the tank. It's just really dirty and charred inside. From the little bit of research that I've done on these, some kerosene is a little dirtier, and so I'm presuming kerosene was burned in this. I'm going to use, I think it's paraffin oil, which is actually lantern oil. It burns a little bit brighter, and it doesn't make so much creosote and doesn't make so much ash and smoke. so that it dirties this all up. But this one needs, the lenses at least, I want to clean up and like to get it working well. And this one here has also the inner chimney with the outer shroud that air can go in here, but then the heat comes out up here. So you're feeding this, and from what I understand, you can touch this while it's running. Any of this outside part, it doesn't get hot. The hot part is this right up here. So air is insulating this whole outer part. The lenses might get a little warm, but for the most part, these are just neat tools. And I guess as you can probably tell, this is going to be a new part of my hobby. I'm still going to be doing a lot of tools. It's just whenever I come across one of these, and as I learn to pick out the ones that are real, I'm definitely going to take advantage. So I just want to thank you guys so much for joining me on this. I hope it was interesting to you, and maybe we'll go move along here and learn together. So anyways, if you know anybody that enjoys this content, and those of you who've been around a while know that we get into all of these tools and tear into these things and get them cleaned up and fixed up. Sometimes we restore them, sometimes we just preserve them, sometimes we fix them up so we can use them. But if you know anybody that might enjoy that, please send them the link. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. Next time I put up a video, we've got a bunch of tools laying around here that need to be cleaned up and fixed up. And so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. So to each and every one of you, here's to you, and have a great day. God bless.